The judge reached the long-awaited verdict in the fraud case against the ex-fellow, Donald Trump, convicting him guilty of another scam earlier today. The judge found him guilty of another scam earlier today. A judge in New York found ex-President Trump and his adult sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, guilty of fraud for artificially misrepresenting the value of the family company in order to obtain better deals from insurance and banks. New York Attorney General Letitia James's case could have disastrous effects for Trump's corporate empire. The judge also took the step of revoking the licenses of Trump's companies. Let me walk you through it all in this video, but before I do, make sure you subscribe to our daily news by clicking the button. I appreciate it. According to Judge Arthur Innaron, the Trump Organization and the other defendants in the case submitted fraudulent financial statements for approximately 10 years. Innaron rejected the defendants' claim that the statements were not fraudulent due to a disclaimer that Trump referred to as a null clause. Innaron further stated that the defendants' dependence on these baseless accusations lacked merit and that the defenses that Trump tried to assert in his sworn testimony were wholly devoid of merit, law, and fact. James proclaimed a huge triumph for the rule of law and the people of New York, as she requested $250 million in damages and an injunction prohibiting the Trump family from holding any managerial positions in any New York corporation. According to her, the verdict backs up her claims in the complaint, which stated that the Trumps deceived financial institutions and the government about their wealth and that their tax returns were fraudulently overstated by millions of dollars. Trump attacked the ruling on social media, denying any wrongdoing and referring to the trial as a politically motivated witch hunt. Trump also indicated that he would appeal to the highest court in New York or the federal system. He claimed the ruling was extremely unjust and un-American and that his company, a major corporation, was slandered in the litigation. On December 11, 2023, Wandall claimed that numerous celebrities had responded to the ruling, which had been handed down on September 27, 2023. Some of these celebrities sided with James and her lawsuit, while others defended Trump and his family. The following are a few reactions that the stars have shown. A judge has valued Trump's Palm Beach, Florida, club and mansion Mar-a-Lago at $14 million, while Trump claims it is worth $261 million. Roseanne Barr, an actress and comedian who was fired from her show for making racist remarks, tweeted sarcastically, "Arrest Trump for Mar-a-Lago using a sprinkler in an illegal garden." Meanwhile, Donald Trump Jr., the eldest son of the president and executive vice president of the Trump Organization, mocked the judge's assessment of Mar-a-Lago as a sprinkler illegal garden. Donald Trump Jr. wrote, "If Mar-a-Lago was worth $18 million, I would take 10 because everyone lies except him." Saturday Night Live impersonator Alec Baldwin likened Trump's infidelity to President Joe Biden's support for families and labor unions, drawing attention to a dynamic in the face of the impending government shutdown, according to Whoopi Goldberg, co-host of The View and an outspoken critic of Trump. Trump denied the accusations on the show. Trump committed fraud and forced the dissolution of the Trump Organization. Biden supports working-class families and unions on the UAW line. Look at the difference. He wrote on SSS, elaborating on the Republican Party's obsession with impeaching Biden. In an Instagram post, Trump's son and executive vice president, Eric, expressed his complete disillusionment with the New York justice system. He accused the judge and the attorney general of plotting to destroy his father's life, business, and achievements. Furthermore, he challenged the judge's assessment of Mar-a-Lago, claiming that the property was widely believed to be valued at more than $1 billion, perhaps the most valuable residential property in the nation. "It's all so corrupt and coordinated," he commented, according to Alyssa Farah Griffin, who was Trump's director of strategic communications in the White House. New Yorkers had a sneaking suspicion that Trump was a phony from the start, according to her appearance on The View. According to her, the ruling made it quite clear. She went on to say, "It's crazy that Trump inflated the value of Mar-a-Lago by 200 to 300%, and an average person would be in jail for doing it. Trump," she said, "views being poor or struggling financially as the worst possible thing." She said that the demolition of the Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue would inflict more pain on him than imprisonment because it would demonstrate his utter failure in the very place he had always strived to succeed. As an activist and filmmaker who has been outspoken in his criticism of Trump, Michael Moore tweeted, "Another reminder that this man in totality is a fraud. He is a scam artist. He embezzles funds from the public, his unpaid workers, the students of his university, his lawyers, his associates and business partners, and now his followers through donations that he pockets." Trial developments. Trump's case does not seem to be progressing well. Trump violated a gag order twice and Justice Arthur Innaron concluded that he committed fraud. In addition, the judge and his law clerk have been the targets of animosity from Trump and his legal staff. The core accusation in the lawsuit brought by New York Attorney General Tish James is that Trump falsely exaggerated his wealth on financial documents in order to secure more favorable conditions from insurers and banks. Justice Innaran has provided a positive answer to this question. The current trial focuses on determining additional sanctions for various defendants, including Trump and his adult sons. In addition to a $250 million fine, New York Attorney General Letitia James is pursuing a permanent injunction prohibiting Trump and his sons from serving as officers or directors of any company in the state. Also, for the next 5 years, Trump and his business can't buy property in New York, according to a motion.case strategy. Since the middle of November, Trump has presented his case, which includes testimony regarding the value of his assets and relies largely on expert witnesses. But the defense seems to be concentrating on getting the conviction overturned by bringing accusations of prejudice against the judge and his chief legal clerk. Trump, as the operation's de facto chief executive, will face greater financial accountability than anyone else, although the exact amount of the financial penalties is yet unknown. Innaran issued this punishment during the civil fraud trial. In an effort to preserve Trump's company registrations, a New York appeals court has maintained the stay on Judge Arthur Engoron's decision. While Letitia James probes Trump's businesses, legal commentator Lisa Rubin of MSNBC tweeted the same thing. After proving widespread and massive fraud in Trump's financial records, they are able to continue running in the Empire State because of this rule. The appeals court has rejected a hold on the additional remedies granted to the Attorney General, which Rubin emphasized in her article. Over the last several weeks, the unfolding of Trump's civil fraud trial in the heart of New York City has been nothing short of a gripping drama. James fearlessly filed a lawsuit against the ex-president and his sons, asserting that they had fraudulently exaggerated the worth of their fortune and the properties owned by the esteemed Trump business. This was the first step in every direction. With the evil purpose of misleading financial institutions, Mr. Trump and the Trump business knowingly and intentionally created more than 200 false and misleading asset appraisals on his yearly financial statements from 2011 to 2021. James made a comment that stunned the legal community. There would be a high-stakes legal fight because the accusations were serious here, though. Trump obstinately denied any wrongdoing, a trait typical of the rebel. He did more than just deny wrongdoing. He used every opportunity to attack James and the judge who had presided over this legal clash. Judge Engoron, heading to a witch hunt with a crooked judge and a crazy AG, Trump shouted out in a heated diatribe on the virtual platform Truth Social. Amidst the already intense controversy surrounding the trial, Trump's comments echoed online, adding fuel to the fire. "I was already out of luck before this case even began. Judge Engoron, who is extremely political and disrespectful, will not honor their order, even if we win in the appellate division." Judge Engoron issued an earlier gag order to keep the chaos under control. Previously, Trump boldly criticized Allison Greenfield, an employee of Engoron. However, things changed in the halls of justice when an appeals court lifted the gag order, allowing Trump to express himself freely. Nevertheless, the court promptly removed this interim relief from the gag order, so Trump is still unable to publicly discuss the issue's nuances. There have been political and legal shockwaves over the revelation that a senior judicial figure supported Trump and paid millions because her defense was inadequate. It's a prime example of the difficulties and possible repercussions of defending controversial personalities. Now that we know this astonishing turn of events has occurred, let's find out how people have responded to it and what it could mean for the figure and Trump. Among the prominent figures who have defended and supported former President Donald Trump is NC. Recently, it has been revealed that her support for Trump has subjected her to heavy criticism and resulted in millions of dollars in legal bills. This surprising turn of events has gone viral in an instant, prompting people to talk about how good her case was and how it could affect Trump's legal fights. Give me the rundown on how this bombshell news came to light and what it implies for NC and Trump. Evidence has surfaced, according to reports, that suggests Cannon's case for Trump is inadequate and does not have strong legal arguments. She is now unable to sustain him and has spent millions on legal bills. This surprising turn of events has cast doubt on the veracity and efficacy of other Trump supporters and revealed flaws in her defense approach. We combed through social media and interacted with people like you to learn more about the reactions and commentary surrounding this viral moment. Reactions have been mixed, with some doubting Cannon's loyalty to Trump and her capacity to defend him effectively. Some people can relate to the difficulties encountered by the legal teams defending controversial individuals. Legal experts and commentators are discussing the potential implications of this disclosure on the ongoing legal battles between Cannon and Trump. Donald Trump, the former president, has strained relations with special counsel Jack Smith by expressing his displeasure with the Supreme Court's decision to consider the possibility of a criminal indictment against him. The stage was set for a potentially acrimonious legal battle when Trump published a statement expressing his unhappiness with the complaint. An ongoing legal storm has focused on the Supreme Court's choice to handle any criminal charges against Donald Trump, according to a Newsweek report from Tuesday, December 12. The former president lashed out at special counsel Jack Smith and the legal system in a strongly worded statement, characterizing the action as an effort to discredit his legacy driven by political motives. While we wait, feel free to leave a comment with your opinions. A thumbs up would be great if you thought this video was informative. Moving on. On Wednesday, December 13, 2023, as reported by HuffPost, late-night talk show presenter Jimmy Kimmel devoted his Tuesday monologue to ridiculing the latest financial venture of former President Donald Trump, and he seemed shocked, according to today's news updates on my channel. Everything will be explained in this video. Before we go any further, I would really appreciate it if you could take a moment out of your day to subscribe to my channel and enable notifications so you never miss an update. Supposedly, Trump, who is currently leading the Republican primary race for 2024, launched an offbeat advertising campaign that included the sale of replicas of the suit he wore during his arrest in Georgia this past summer. In the newest digital trading card set, which includes 47 cards, Trump will be giving away a part of the outfit he wears in the photo to everyone who buys the entire set. Laughing, Kimmel asked, "What's going on?" In response to the maneuver. The outrageousness of Trump's plan to make money was something that Jimmy Kimmel couldn't believe in his monologue. Attempts by the four-time indicted ex-president to sell his old garments piqued the late-night host's interest. Wow! Kimmel's remark blended fun and criticism, conveying the shock felt by many upon hearing of Trump's latest endeavor. Trump was characterized by Kimmel as the most shameless person in the history of the world. This comment highlights Kimmel's belief that the ex-president is hell-bent on making money, regardless of the cost, including by leveraging personal events like his incarceration. Mr. Trump's already unusual business style took a new turn when he decided to sell some of the suits worn during big events, like arrests. Buyers can purchase Trump's arrest garb using digital trading cards that function as their own money, putting a contemporary spin on a classic collectible. This action exemplifies Trump's knack for transforming contentious situations into lucrative ones. Some have said that Trump's recent move is representative of his readiness to take advantage of his presidency and public perception for his own benefit. As a niche market, trading cards have recently attracted the attention of President Trump, who has taken an innovative approach to marketing them. Although Kimmel's monologue provides a lighthearted critique of Trump's lucrative ventures, it also prompts inquiries regarding the wider consequences of such strategies. Even though Trump's unusual approach to self-promotion has always been a part of his public persona, this move takes his post-presidential activities to a whole new level of surrealism. One important part of Mr. Trump's power is his knack for getting people to pay attention and write about him, even when he does things in an unusual way. The reactions of Kimmel and others show how divided Trump's public perception is. His entrepreneurial boldness has divided opinion. Some find it hilarious, while others see it as dishonesty befitting a former president. On Sunday, December 10, 2023, Newsweek reported that Bill met former President Donald Trump at the 111th annual dinner of the Young Republicans Club in New York City on Saturday night. He proceeded to criticize ex-U.S. Barr, the Attorney General. If re-elected, Trump has promised not to rehire Barr and has accused him of being cowardly for failing to back up his unfounded accusations of voter fraud. After disproving Trump's unfounded accusations of election fraud, Barr resigned as Attorney General in December 2020. Despite Barr's public assertions that the Justice Department did not find evidence to back up Trump's assertions, he continued even after losing the election to Joe Biden. Special counsel Jack Smith's election interference case against President Trump, which could summon Barr to testify, further complicates matters. Prosecutors in a federal prosecution are attempting to persuade a jury that Trump was complicit in the assault on the Capitol on January 6 and that he deliberately manufactured false allegations of election fraud. He is facing 4 charges in total. Reports suggest that President Trump's recent remarks could potentially violate the confidentiality agreement enforced by Judge Tanya Chutkan if Barr is called as a witness. Recently, an appeals court upheld the gag order, which means that Trump can criticize special counsel Jack Smith privately but cannot publicly discuss possible witnesses. The apparent breach of the gag order by Trump has alarmed legal analysts and pundits. The infractions were brought to light on Twitter by Allison Gill, who is well known for her contributions to Mueller's podcast, who emphasized the D.C. ruling of the district court. It restores protections for sensitive information, which will stop Mr. Trump from going after reliable witnesses like Mr. Bartholomew Touch co-founder and leftist news critic Ben Miselas shared these worries, speculating that Trump probably broke the gag order when he spoke. Thinking about the March 2024 trial and how it could affect the case against Trump makes the gravity of the issue even clearer. As the case progresses through the courts, it prompts inquiries over the scope and efficacy of gag orders in preventing public statements by ex-presidents. In the current proceedings, the conflict between President Trump's free speech and the court's attempts to maintain the integrity of the judiciary is sure to be a major factor. Could you kindly share your thoughts on this? Make sure you also subscribe. Much obliged for your time.